Good morning and welcome to the Daily Light Devotion. I hope all of you have had a wonderful Tuesday and looking forward to the last day of the year 2025. The year of open heavens, and tomorrow we're stepping into the year of open doors. Um, a general progression, right? And it's going to be a great year like 2025 was. It's going to be even a greater year as we get closer to Jesus and as we get closer in seeking Him, right? Today we're just going to look at the whole chapter of John 21 and finish off verses 1 to 25. The title is The Risen Lord Who Restores and Sends, right? He restores us, He recommissions us, and we're remembered. So the resurrection had been revealed, right, to the disciples. Peace had been spoken, faith had been awakened, and yet in this final chapter, John 21 shows us you know, personally how the resurrection impacts each one of us, how Jesus restores the weary disciples, recommissions the broken leaders, and clarifies what truly means to follow Him, right? The chapter moves from fruitless effort to overflowing provision, from failure to restoration, and comparison to calling, unfinished stories to everlasting testimonies. So the risen Christ does not merely appear, He walks with His people back into purpose. Verses 1 to 3, Peter says, I'm going fishing. The other follow. After the resurrection encounter, they return to familiar work. They fish all night and catch nothing. So, human effort without divine direction leads to emptiness. Old skills cannot replace our divine calling, right? Activity without obedience produces no lasting fruit. Verses 4 to 6, at daybreak, Jesus stands on the shore, unrecognized. He asks, Children, have you any food? Then commands, Cast the net on the right side. So what happens is it is Jesus is taking them back to when He told them to follow Him, right? When they caught so much fish, boatload of fish, that the boats could not contain it, and unfortunately they just put one net. They could have put more, right? So breakthrough often comes with simple obedience, right? The risen Lord is still directs fruitful works. uh, John recognizes it is the Lord. Peter jumps into water. Jesus breaks breakfast, fish and bread over fire. Right? He's amazing. The resurrected Christ serves His disciples. No rebuke, no interrogation, only fellowship. Right? Jesus invites us into relationship before correction. Grace precedes restoration. Remember, uh, verses 15 to 17, the three times Jesus asked Peter, Do you love me? Each question responds to Peter's denial. So Jesus restores publicly what he failed, privately, what he failed publicly. And each response leads to a command: feed my lamb, tend my sheep, feed my sheep. So ministry flows from love, not guilt, right? Jesus restores us at the level of our failure. Love for Christ is the qualification for service. Verses 18 to 19, Jesus foretells Peter's suffering. Follow me. Restoration does not remove sacrifice. Calling includes obedience, even when the path is costly. True discipleship embraces surrender. Following Jesus means trusting Him with our future. Peter looks at John and asks, What about this man? So Jesus replies, What is that to do with you? You follow me. So the comparison distracts from calling. Each disciple has a unique assignment, right? On our focus must remain on Jesus, not others. And faithfulness is personal, not comparative. And John affirms eyewitness truth. Uh, then, in a verse 24-25, then concludes, if all were written in the world that itself could not contain the books, the story of Jesus is greater than words. So the gospel ends by the discipleship, uh, but the discipleship continues. God's word is bigger than any single testimony. We are now living witnesses of the risen Christ. So, what is the life application? We need to bring our emptiness to Jesus, obey even when directions seem simple, receive restoration without shame, serve Christ out of love, not failure, follow Jesus without comparison, trust Him, right, with the cost of obedience, live as a part of His ongoing story. So, I want to encourage you. Jesus is not finished with us, right? Our failures do not cancel our calling. Our waiting is not wasted. Has not wasted our purpose. The risen Christ still stands on the shore and still calls our name, still prepares the fire, still says, "Follow me." Our story is much more greater, than we can believe or see or expect, or others see or expect. So I want to leave you this year with knowing that each one of us is called, and we need to seek God. And He comes and He's ready to wash our feet every morning. And as we seek Him, as we encounter Him, we are going to be supernatural powers. And that is what we've been called to do. We are called to be, people who invite others to be a part of God's family. And that is what it is. And I want to encourage you. Have a blessed day. And I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy. Be safe on the 31st. And seek God and begin the new year seeking Him. Right? God bless you. Have a wonderful day.